Florida, William. A spectacular sky. Look at the colors. Pinks, purples, blues, orange. And these are exactly the way I received them. This photo here was sent in by Becky. Guys, this video is entirely of sky phenomena photographs that we've received from all around the world. I've had requests for a video entirely of sky phenomena photos, so I put together a whole hour's worth of photos. I hope you guys enjoy. This is actually a video clip sent from Tracy out of St. Charles, Missouri, of some very intense lightning from a couple of days ago that went through the Missouri area, particularly St. Charles. And she captured that little video segment she shared with us. Intense lightning. A lot of lightning here recently. Central Florida, William. A spectacular sky. Look at the colors. Pinks, purples, blues, orange. And these are exactly the way I received them. This photo here was sent in by Becky from Gilbert, Arizona. And what they noticed unusual about this cloud was it looked like it was putting off some sort of a mist. It was just a very small cloud, but it was very unusual with regard to underneath it. It almost looked like it was misting some sort of a, like, particulate, maybe water or something like that. I don't know, like a fog. It was a very unusual observation, not one that you see too much out here in the desert where it's normally very dry. I understand that it's monsoon season and maybe this was nothing more than a very heavily moisturized cloud, but you can see it does look like it's almost foggy underneath this very, very small cloud. These are just different filters that I ran it through, but that was a good observation made by Becky. Actually, it was sent in to me by Becky from Gilbert, Arizona. And here is a dual sky sent in by James from Southwest Georgia. Good observation. Look at this one here, Winnipeg. I showed you guys some pictures a day or two ago of this very unique collection of clouds up in the Canada area. Well, this is a different view of the same clouds from a different part of Winnipeg. Look at that. And that other picture that was prior to this one was from a different person from a different angle. Panama City Beach, Brienne. Beautiful double rainbow. And again, we're seeing more double rainbows than we are single rainbows. And they are really neat. Here's a rare single sent in by Cindy from Wyoming. Panama City Beach, very low profile shelf cloud. Actually, there's two there going over the area. This here is a great example of what appears to be a perfect triangle in the sky, sent in by Michelle of Cedar Creek, California. Look at that. In fact, if you look real close, it looks like there may be more than one possibly. That one there is definitely quite obvious. Quite large too. Good observation, Michelle. Thanks for sharing. This next video comes out of Oklahoma. It was sent in by Carrie. We're going to start off with looking at the sunset. It was around 8:15 p.m., 8:12 p.m. to be exact, on August 1st, and that's the sun setting, or it's already set, looking to the west. She pans to the south. There's the moon. And then she goes back to the east, and it looks like the sun is rising. Look at that. Unbelievable. And she said she'd never seen anything quite like that before. And the sun was already below the horizon in the west. This is looking to the east. Wow. It almost literally looks like a new sunrise coming up. Great observation from Oklahoma by Carrie. There she's looking south again and then pans back to the west. And you can see the sun is at or below the horizon. Unbelievable. Another double rainbow from LaGrange, Georgia. This one was sent in by Kimmy. That one is spectacular, very rich in color. Good observation. Got a new slide that I put together of some really unique sky clouds and different weather phenomenon that have been sent in from all around the world. We're going to start off here in Ohio, where Anne noticed what looks like a massive triangle in the sky. You can see a light beam here that comes up from right on the horizon, and it kind of stops up here above this triangle looking shaped cloud. We see these things quite often. Here it is, once again in an inverted format. Light is dark and dark is light, and you can see the triangle craft looks white. Looks different than anything else in the sky, much like you see here. These things look different than anything else in the sky. That's why Steve was compelled to take this photograph or this video from Kansas City, Missouri. You can see a row that goes what appears to be almost infinitely in the sky of same shaped clouds. Look at that. And they go as far as the eye can see. And that's what compelled him to take this video. This is just a slightly different format to bring forward the features of these clouds. They all look almost identical in shape. And again, they stretch as far as the eye can see. Cleveland, Texas. Photo was sent in of, once again, a very low riding shelf cloud that if it got any lower, it would be sitting on the ground. Look at that. That's probably what, less than 1,000 feet off of the ground. Very slow moving shelf cloud moving through Cleveland, Texas. We'll stop on this one here just a second. Received this today from Jude out of New Zealand, Napier, New Zealand. And once again, another very photogenic low riding shelf cloud that this one here looks like it's even closer to the ground. Probably less than 500 feet at that point right there from touching the ground. Just a super photogenic cloud. Unbelievable. Look at that. And once again, that's from the southern hemisphere out of New Zealand. This one here is from Cincinnati, Ohio. Photo taken by Angela. And I don't know if this is the beginning of a twister coming down out of the clouds, or if it's just an odd-looking cloud that just happened to look like the early stages of a funnel cloud. I don't know. I didn't hear of any tornadoes in Cincinnati. This photo was taken yesterday from the Ohio area as storms were moving through. But either way, unique photograph. Thank you for sharing. Much like this one here from Humble, Texas, sent in by Stephen, of a storm cloud reaching incredible heights. Look at that, spanning out across the sky. This one here from Germany, got this today, sent in by Natalie, and it's just of an ominous looking patch of sky. You've got these dark clouds that are what appear to be almost squeezed together, just right here in this location, and they don't match anything else in the sky except right there. I haven't altered this photo in any way, and I never alter the photos. I may adjust the color and lighting, but wow, is that ever ominous looking? And again, that came from Germany today, sent in by Natalie. Deborah from Stuart, Florida. We've been seeing a lot of these lately. Don't know what is causing these. This is not part of a halo around the sun. The sun is way up here above this horizontal rainbow, and that's what people are calling them because that's what they remind them of. And I have to agree. I don't know how else to describe that. It's a horizontal rainbow. It's not arced towards the ground like a traditional rainbow we see. And we see more and more of these sun halos around the sun that would be arced in an upward direction. These here are just straight lines in the sky that contain traditional rainbow colors. So how else would you describe it? And it's horizontal. So people are seeing a lot of these lately. And again, they're not part of a sun halo or a rainbow on the ground. It's just a random horizontal halo in the sky. So good observation, Deborah. Once again from Stuart, Florida. Leslie sent in this photo here of a very obvious triangle parked just underneath the sun. Look at that. It's undeniable. Perfect triangle underneath the sun. Photo sent in yesterday. Dayton, Ohio. David, of a spectacular sky. Been seeing a lot of those lately. Charleston, South Carolina. Photo sent in by Chris of what looks like some sort of a triangle shape in the sky. Boynton Beach, Florida. Patrick, a golden sky with some sort of a dark shadow. going through the sky clouds. Jeffrey S., spectacular sunset. Carlisle, Pennsylvania, George noticed a dual sky at sunset. Houston, Joel noticed what appears to be some sort of a face in the sky. He noticed that right off the bat, and it does look different from the rest of the clouds in the sky, and it looks like a profile of somebody's head. Here it is in a different format. You can see the eyes, nose, the mouth, hair on top. I mean, just having a little fun with it, that's all. But that's exactly what it looks like. Derek R., big high profile supercell thunderstorm forming. Wesleyville, California, Jeff sent in a spectacular halo. Look at that. Circle in the clouds. Looks like some sort of almost a moon tucked away in there. Looks like a sphere or some sort of an orb tucked away in the clouds. Perfectly round formation. That was a good observation there. That was a photo sent in by Leanna from Hillsville, Virginia. You got some photos here of some spectacular orange skies sent in by Therese from Louisville, Kentucky. Look at that. Wow. Incredible. Great observation. Photos that have been sent in recently, and I'm also working on yet another slideshow. Some great pictures are coming in, no kidding. Jimmy from Illinois, notice what looks like, this is the second time we've seen this now, a sphere up in the sky, or it looks like a invisible sphere. Clouds are surrounding something round in the sky. Look at that. To me, that's no accident. Those clouds are feeling something in the sky up there that's round. That's why they're making a round shape. Could be something invisible up there in the sky. I don't know. That's kind of what it looks like. That's why he took the picture. Devers, Texas. This was sent in by S.R. Bow. And what they noticed was off in the distance something that looked like a rectangle in the sky. Doesn't look like anything else in the sky. Everything else looks quite normal. This is a sunset. The rest of the clouds look very, very normal, with the exception of that. Look at that thing. I put it in different formats. I adjust the color and lighting to try to get a better look at this thing. Whatever it may be, it could very well be just a random cloud. But boy, is it unique. Here I've converted it into an X-ray format. Look at that. Looks like some sort of a craft. No doubt about it. That was a great observation, and that was a long ways away. I just zoomed in real tight and adjusted the color and lighting to try to pull forward some features, and it actually helped a little bit. Dixon, Texas. This was sent in by Christopher, and he noticed something that looked like a triangle in the sky. And with a little bit of work and some adjustments, you can see what does look like, up above the clouds, an outline of a triangle. See these quite often anymore. Get pictures almost at least weekly, sometimes daily. Here's another example from Tina out of Colorado Springs of a triangle-shaped cloud. It just doesn't look like any of the other clouds in the sky. Looks totally out of place. Good observation from Colorado Springs by Tina. This one seems to be standing up vertically. Here is another photograph that has a lot of personality. This is from Trout Lake, Washington, sent in by Tricia. And you can see, look at this guy over here. They're looking up at these amazing clouds in the sky. This one over here looks like a little mothership coming around this volcano. Clouds in the sky of all different shapes and sizes, and they're very unique. Several people here taking pictures, observing these very neat clouds. This one up here looks like a sphere of some sort, like a big ball of cotton. Look at that thing. Doesn't look like anything else in the sky. Look at that guy. He's enjoying the show. I'd have been taking pictures myself like Tricia. Look at that. Just a beautiful sky. Good observation, guys. Keep them coming. Look at that. All I did was modify the lighting just a little bit, and it brought forward some more features of the cloud structure. Here's another double rainbow, the big highway in the sky. Newman, Georgia. That photo was taken and sent in by Deborah. And I've never done this before with these double rainbows. I put it in a different format. Here's one sent in by Jesse from Tennessee. A spectacular sky beam. Look at the size of that thing. Out of Tennessee. Just incredible. Fontana, California. Amazing sky sent in by Danny. Brian from Ohio noticed multiple sky beams in the sky. Incredible shelf clouds sent in by Laura and Jay out of Grand Haven, Michigan. They said they were right in front of that storm. Another photo by Brian out of Ohio. And that one there looks like it's some sort of collection of gravity waves or something going through the sky. Look at that. Just super weird. Photo here by Annette out of Tennessee of just a random rainbow in the sky. No rain, just a random rainbow. This one here reminded me of a giant mothership that had just landed, and you can see the sky beams going up into the sky. It's got wings off to the left and to the right. Incredible photograph once again, sent in by Jesse. Good observation, guys. Keep them coming. Las Vegas, photo sent in by Stacka of a round disc-shaped looking cloud. This here is a perfect triangle around the sun. Look at that. 1, 2, 3 lines that form a perfect triangle in the sky right around the sun. Amazing observation out of Georgia. Another observation out of Georgia, Newman, Georgia. That was sent in by Deborah of a big double rainbow in the sky. This was out of southeast Michigan. Photo sent in by Ronald of the triangle in the sky. It was the photo afterwards that was from Georgia. Double rainbow. We see more doubles than we do singles these days. Incredible. Another triangle-shaped cloud, Brooksville, Florida. Photo sent in by Lisa. Good observation. Another triangle from Loudon, Tennessee. Photo sent in by Wanda. Look at that. And then this next photograph is of the same triangle, but in very, very close. And you can actually see more of the triangle craft there. Spectacular photograph out of the United Kingdom sent in by John. Look at those clouds. Pink red sky sent in by Joy from Wisconsin. Just amazing. Some amazing clouds. Photo taken by Gary out of Nebraska. Good observation, guys. Look at that. Big, tall supercell thunderstorms. Orange sky sent in by Colby. Another spectacular, very photogenic cloud. Photo also sent in by Colby. Colby, once again, orange, yellow, golden sunset or sunrise. Either one, it's very, very spectacular. Much like this triangle in the sky from Panama City Beach, sent in by Nikki. Look at that. Purple, pink, orange, yellow, gold. This one here's purple and light pink. Photo sent in by Tracy out of Indiana. That is absolutely beautiful. Clouds reaching down out of the sky, touching the ocean. Photo sent in by James from Tampa Bay, Florida. Another photo from Tampa, Florida, sent in by James of a very low-riding shelf cloud. Photogenic cloud. Another one from Tampa. Good job, James. Keep them coming. Texas, Ray noticed a very spectacular sun halo. I haven't seen one of those in a while. Used to see them all the time. I haven't seen any in quite a while. Rich from Michigan noticed a triangle-shaped object in the sky. Jimmy from Illinois noticed some louvers tucked away high in the sky behind some random clouds. Terry from Glendale noticed some sunbeams poking through the clouds, and up above the sunbeams, what looked like a face in the sky. Look at that. Here are one for sure, quite possibly two, what they refer to as hole punch clouds. Photos sent in by Robin. See the bigger one here, and then a smaller one down below it. Not exactly sure of the location on those, but great observation. Minnesota, Emily, what looks like a big roll cloud in the sky. Wisconsin, Rick, undeniable roll cloud in the sky going in both directions. Look at how long that thing is. Unbelievable. Ackworth, Georgia. This is probably one of the most obvious triangles I think I've ever seen as far as a photograph goes. I've actually seen one myself early in the morning between 5 and 5:30. It was dark. I just caught a glimpse of it, maybe a 2-second glimpse, but it looked very similar to that right there. You can see actually circles on the top of this thing that are uniformly placed. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like some sort of a triangle shape on top of the triangle itself. That is a very good observation by Jim out of Ackworth, Georgia. Quite possibly two there, but one for sure. Excellent observation. Going to finish up the slideshow with some lightning. Christos out of Cleveland. And then we've got some lightning out of Apopka, Florida. Spectacular lightning show. Photo or video taken by Summer Dawn 2010. Looked like some sort of a man-made light show over there. Look at that. Lights flashing and flickering in the sky. Incredible. Look at that. Here's another shelf cloud. This is a roll cloud sent in by Pam from Illinois. And this is so low, it looks like you could reach up and touch it. And like the one from Missouri, goes very, very far, looks like in both directions. Somerset, United Kingdom. Very prominent one feature here, but you look back here behind it and you can also see another one. So that's yet another double rainbow sent in by Gary from the United Kingdom. And this here you have to look at it fairly close, but this was a very good observation by Tony out of Brisbane, Australia. There's a boomerang right there behind the clouds. Up above the clouds you can see the outline of a boomerang craft. I've actually seen one of those. They are very real, and they're actually very, very big. Carrizo, California. The photo was sent in by Randy and Deb. It was taken by Terry, and it was the only cloud like it in the sky that went right over her house that's out in the country. And the viewer, Terry, said she felt something like static or felt something kind of weird when she looked at this cloud. She said it didn't look like a normal cloud. This is the original photograph that was sent in to me with 3 other pictures. I'm taking a closer look at it now because it doesn't look like a typical cloud. And I found some features on that kind of suggest that it may have been something else. Missouri, Kristen, that speaks for itself. Just unbelievable. Missouri's had some incredible skies these last 24 hours. Great job, guys. Sergeant Sid from Tennessee. Do you see it? Look right there. Noticed a triangle, maybe 2. I did adjust the color and lighting on this photograph to pull them forward, but great observation by Sergeant Sid out of Tennessee. Champaign, Illinois, Nick. The sun sitting right on the horizon. Great photograph. Another great photograph here from Fresno, California, sent in by Ameritech. I've got a whole slew of orange photographs, and then we've got purple photographs of the sky. This one here was sent in by Margaret from Mount Bethel, Pennsylvania. Beautiful photograph. That's a hallmark moment right there. JT, I'm not exactly sure of the location, but that is one ominous looking sky. This photograph here, gentleman by the name of Jason from Sebring, Florida, noticed something up in the clouds, and the sky was orange. And there was an object up in the sky, wasn't a cloud or anything, there was something over here to the right that he was trying to get a picture of. I zoomed in as close as I could get and really don't know what it is. It does look like there's some sort of a round object up in the sky behind the clouds. And it was an orange sky at that. Now this I've modified a little bit. What I was trying to do was pull forward any features maybe on that round balloon, craft, whatever it may be that was up in the sky, but a little tough to do. That was the best I could get, but that was a good observation. He did notice something up in the sky. Patricia from Orlando, Florida, noticed what looked like a dolphin jumping over the sunset. Beautiful. Ken S., another beautiful sunset. Orange skies. Had a whole slew of orange sky photographs come in. Beaufort, Georgia, sent in by Robert. I mean, how do you describe that? It's like a tsunami of cotton balls. Concord, North Carolina, sent in by Kim. Same type of clouds. Albuquerque, New Mexico. This photograph was sent in by Austin. He was looking to the east. This is looking east as the sun is setting in the west. So the sun is opposite of those clouds right there. Very good observation by Austin out of New Mexico. Don't know what's going on here either. United Kingdom, David, some sort of big long streak in the sky above the sun. I don't know if those are clouds. Not sure what's going on there. Dade City, Florida, North Star, Danes. More orange clouds. These look like they're sitting on the ground. Then we go from orange to purple and pink. Brisbane, Australia, Tony. Louisville, Illinois, Amber sent in 3 photographs. This is the first one. Here's the second one. This is like a light burgundy. And then here's the third one. Look at that. Just absolutely beautiful. Seriously. And another one here from Madisonville, Kentucky, sent in by Alicia. How do you describe that? Just awe-inspiring. Here's one here that looks like an angel kissing the sun or holding the sun or some sort of a winged creature up by the sun. Look at that. Good observation. That was sent in by Joshua. Called that one the Sun Angel. Very colorful rainbow here, sent in by Kenneth. Not exactly sure of the location. This one here is sent in from Plant City, Florida by Shawnee. This is the world's, or at least that's what I'm calling it, the world's smallest rainbow. Look at this. It's just right there in their yard. See it? Got a rainbow in their backyard. Here you're looking at a collection of photos from Attica, Greece, sent in by Tony. And that one there is quite interesting. When you first look at it, it looks like a rainbow arc up in the sky all by itself with a little bit of cloud cover around it. And when I adjusted the settings of the photograph, you can see what looks like a triangle-shaped craft up there. And the back side of it's the color of a rainbow. Great observation by Tony from Attica, Greece. In fact, he noticed multiple triangle shapes in the sky. This isn't one of them. This is just a collection of random colors around the sun. Here's the triangle he saw. It's quite obvious from over in Greece. Look at that. And I've inverted the format of this thing, and he actually shows examples of triangle crafts, and they look identical to what he saw up in the sky. Great observations from Greece. Here I inverted it, and light is dark and dark is light. Look at that thing. Perfect match. It's a good observation, Tony. Thanks for sharing. Here's another format of that rocket launch from Florida this morning. Alexander S. That's what he saw from West Palm Beach, Florida. Here is a photograph from Las Vegas sent in by Becky, and what she noticed in this photograph, she circled it. Behind the clouds, you can see what looks like the shape of a craft. It's a different color. You can tell that is a different density from the rest of the clouds in the sky. And if you look real close, you can see the outline of what does look like something very large tucked away in the sky behind those clouds. Charlotte, North Carolina. Awesome photo sent in by Irene of a rain shaft. That's absolutely pouring down rain, about as hard as it can rain. Brittany E. sent in a spectacular photograph of the sky. Looked like some gravity waves. This here's from Maui, Hawaii, sent in by Rochelle. Big round cloud that almost looks like some sort of a disc up in the sky. Then we go from a disc to a 90-degree angle square. Look at that. Melissa from Missouri noticed that. Looks like a big triangle in the sky. Perfect 90-degree angle. This here's kind of unique photograph sent in from Lincoln, Nebraska by Chad of some very unique clouds, the only ones of their kind in the sky at the time he took the photograph. Good observation. Another double rainbow. This one sent in by JoJo from Gainesville, Florida. And this here is very unique with regard to, looks like a moon or a crescent moon, but it's a independent rainbow colors just up in the sky all by themselves. That was a photograph taken by Albert. I received that this morning. Beautiful photo here from Bartsville, Oklahoma, sent in by Kaylin. Beautiful sunbeams. And this last one here is from Denmark, Lolland, Denmark. What looks like some sort of a square-shaped cloud. Doesn't look like anything else in the sky with regard to the other clouds. Looks very unique. That's why he took the photograph. Photograph sent in by Torbjörn from Denmark. Jennifer from Scottsdale, Arizona looked up, saw a big rectangle in the sky. And it has a hole on the right-hand side of the rectangle. Christy from Gilbert, Arizona, big huge ring in the sky, almost looks like a big oyster shell. Look at that thing setting up there. And that's from right out here in Gilbert. Good observation. Spectacular clouds as we're in the monsoon season. Now here's what I was talking about earlier. This is the very beginning of that rocket launch, and that's what I was talking about. It looked like a red fireball. This was a picture taken by Aaron from Melbourne, Florida, which is in southeastern Florida. Here it is again. I don't know if this is camera movement or if that actually literally turned into some sort of like baton in the air, but that's what it looks like in the picture. Probably camera movement. But it did start out, it looked like a red fireball. And then it went into that real dramatic phase where it was going through different cycles like you're seeing right here. Just a spectacular sight that a lot of people weren't expecting. Some people were aware that there could possibly be a launch, but not quite sure at the time. It all depends on the weather. This is another spectacular photograph sent in by Aaron, once again from Melbourne, Florida. Look at that. Just absolutely beautiful. Good job, guys. Keep them coming. You are wide awake and on the ball. Aiden noticed some wings in the sky. It looks like a giant dove landing on the sun. Spectacular photograph. Alberta, Canada, Mitch, lightning storm. Got a photo there and a photo here. Those are still images from a video he took of a lightning storm. North Scottsdale, Laura, of a storm from, I think this was about 5 or 6 days ago, that went over the northern part of the valley. Big low riding pink colored cloud. That's exactly how I received it. These are dark clouds sent in by Brian. Not exactly sure of the location. He sent in that one and this one here. I want to say it's somewhere up in Canada. See a Canadian flag over there on the shore of the lake. This is a spectacular photo sent in by Cindy from Michigan. Big long line in the sky. This one's at either sunrise or sunset, as it's orange. And we see those every once in a while, those huge long lines in the sky. We've seen them go from pole to pole, it seems like, on Google Earth. We saw back several months ago. This is a photograph sent in by Becky from Las Vegas. This was way off in the distance. In a photograph she took of a storm, she noticed a triangle. And it is indeed a perfect triangle that showed up in her photograph. Unbelievable. Been seeing a lot of those lately. Alana from Baton Rouge noticed an angel in the sky. Good job. Tommy from Greece. Some very colorful clouds around the sun. Look at that. Just amazing. Jamie S. of some beautiful low riding clouds just above the ocean. Tricia from Iron Mountain, Michigan. More storms rolling through the area, much like we see here from Headland, Alabama. Somer sent these in of some storm clouds. Seen a lot of really good storm clouds in the last few months. This here reminded me of one of the Apollo mission landing vessels. This was sent in by Christina from Pittman, New Jersey, and that's what she thought it reminded her of too. This just showed up in one of her pictures that she was taking of the sky. I have no idea what this is. Just showed up in her photograph. Campbellsville, Kentucky, photo sent in by Carla. A very spectacular sunrise or sunset. Lincoln City, this was sent in by Curtis. Big roll cloud out over the ocean during sunset. We go from pink, red, orange, and now to purple and light purple. Borrego Springs, California. These next two photos were sent in by William. Photo 1 and photo 2. Look at that. Just absolutely picture perfect. This next photograph was sent in from Central Pennsylvania by Pamela. She noticed what looks like a hand in the sky. See it? Got a thumb here, finger, 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 finger. It's like a giant hand up in the sky. Very unusual cloud formation. North Little Rock, Arkansas. Joe N. noticed what looked like a triangle or a rectangle in the sky, like Jennifer noticed up in North Scottsdale. Triangle from Mesa, Arizona. Photo sent in by Kim, and that's kind of exactly what that looks like. Big triangle in the sky. Reno, Nevada. Joshua. Colorful clouds around the sun. Good observation. This one here is kind of eerie. Jeffrey S. noticed what looked like a face up in the sky. This cloud configuration showed, and I put this in different filters, and you can see it does in all of the different filters resemble some sort of a face up in the sky. Ball State. Photo sent in by Jason of a colorful cloud just sitting up there all by itself. These next photographs are from Milford, New Jersey, sent in by Chris. Orange clouds engulfing the moon. And then we've got another one of those very spectacular double rainbows. This time in Milford, New Jersey. I think we've seen these things all over the whole world at some point or another, and they're still continuing. Another photo from Milford, New Jersey, of a recent storm they had out on the eastern seaboard. A lot of storms out there. Stratford, Missouri. Sherry sent in a very strange looking cloud. It's like some sort of a ship, much like we see here over the Virgin Islands, sent in by Mary Ann. And it does look like windows going across the front or the edge of what looks like some sort of a giant saucer in the sky. Saw a picture come out of Germany that looked exactly like that. And this one's over the Virgin Islands. Good observation by Marianne. Captree State Park, photo from Stephen. And another photo of the launch from yesterday. This time it was observed from Jacksonville, Florida by Sarah. This is one of the stages of the rocket launch. Big ominous looking sky sent in by Alyssa from Oregon. Look at that. Unbelievable. San Francisco, Suhel. Notice some unusual clouds stacked on top of each other, out there all by themselves. Linda, Lakeland, Florida. Of a spectacular sunset or sunrise. Stephanie from South Carolina. Very colorful clouds she noticed in the sky. This is one of 3 pictures of the same cloud structure. Look at that. Just a random colorful cloud. And no rhyme or reason for it. It's just a very colorful cloud. It is below a big halo up in the sky around the sun. Here's another example of a colorful sky from South Carolina. I don't know if this is the same day or not, but same photographer, Stephanie. Springfield, Ohio. Big shelf cloud in the sky sent in by Jared. Palmyra, New Jersey. Orange sky sent in by Sally. Here we've got some sort of a square in the sky from Sacramento, California, and there's 2 different photographs of the same square-like structure in the sky. It almost appears to be blocking the sunlight over here. Very perfect square. Look at that. Well, nearly perfect. And I've been seeing quite a few of those lately. Squares, rectangles, circles, you name it. Here's another double rainbow from Karen out of Palm Bay, Florida. Big, spectacular double rainbow. Hardly ever see singles anymore. Chris from New York City. Ominous looking skyline as a thunderstorm approached the city. Kelseyville, California. Ryan. Another spectacular sky. Big sunbeams, shadows going up into the sky. Longmont, Colorado. Maeve sent in this photograph of another double rainbow. You can see the second rainbow right there. It's a little difficult to see, but it is there. And some very unique clouds just above and intertwined with the rainbow. Danielle G. noticed the smoke trail left behind from the rocket launch August 8th from Florida. Photo sent in here by Sergeant Joshua K. from Oklahoma. What looks like a triangle in the sky. Another rainbow photograph. This was sent in by Jamie from Hawaii. Ominous looking sky from Heartland, Connecticut, sent in by Steve. Just some amazing photographs. Another look at this rocket launch from De Leon Springs. That was sent in by Susie. Spectacular photographs here from Puerto Rico, sent in by Carlos, of some golden sunbeams peeking through the clouds. Look at that. I mean, that's a hallmark moment right there. Truly is. Good observation, Carlos. Here's another rainbow. This was sent in by Brian P. Actually, it's a partial rainbow. Brian P. once again of a very ominous looking cloud structure that's very, very low to the ground. This photograph here was sent in. There's actually 2 that this gentleman sent in by the name of Anthony. Noticed a double rainbow. We see these almost on a daily basis. But he noticed something in the photograph that he didn't quite recognize and he didn't see. And I don't think they're raindrops. You can see there's 3 different ones. There's 2 up here. They're different shapes. 1 down below. He put an arrow pointing to these things, whatever they are. I'm not sure what they are either. He said they weren't raindrops on his lens. Don't know, just sharing, guys, because I had another one too from a young lady that said it looked like a cigar-shaped object or some sort of a tube in the sky that was in the photograph that Becky took of a thunderstorm from Las Vegas, Nevada. So don't know, just sharing. Brian P., yet again, another low-profile, ominous-looking sky. Very dark, ominous-looking clouds, once again, from Brian P., and this final photograph is from Mulberry, Florida, sent in by Greg. Big shadow coming from the northwestern sky during sunset. Kim from Connorsville, Indiana. Big high-profile shelf cloud. Unbelievable. Here's another view of the same cloud, I think, as it was going over. This is kind of underneath it. This is an unusual photograph of something dark in the sky. I don't know exactly what that is. It's a very dark, lonely cloud up here in the sky. Everything else is kind of orange and blue. And again, that was taken from Kim from Connorsville, Indiana. Good observation. Joe, Campo, California. Don't know what to make of this. It was just kind of an amusing looking cloud. I don't know, some sort of a creature. Looks like a couple of arms, again, up in the air, and a head, maybe a nose. You can kind of let your imagination run wild with that one, but that was a good observation by Joe. Kelly from Ohio. Orange sky. A couple of orange skies, actually. Good observation. Those are beautiful photographs. Pennsylvania. Kelly noticed an ominous sky. Some sort of a ominous looking thunderstorm that went over Pennsylvania. And then we go from ominous to quite pleasant. The double rainbow phenomenon. Seeing these almost on a daily basis. From Colleen out of Minnesota back to Connorsville, Indiana. Kim noticed some sort of a orange cloud in the night sky. It had just gotten dark and there was some sort of a orange cloud in the sky above her house. And it was the only one like it in the sky. She noticed a lot of good observations here in the last few days and shared them with me. Keith T. I'm not exactly sure where he caught this lightning from. It was in a video and he put took a still image from the video. Topeka, Kansas. This photograph was sent in by Sarah of what looks like a huge disc above this community here, wherever they're at in Topeka. In fact, she sent in multiple pictures of this same like shelf cloud. There's another look at it here. Absolutely beautiful, to be honest. Topeka, Kansas. Photograph sent in by Sarah. George sent in an unusual photograph, once again, of something unusual, an unusual shape up in the sky. Let me pause this for a second. Daryl noticed what he thought was a triangle in the sky. And this is the original before I altered the contrast just a little bit, because this was a good observation. He noticed what he thought was a triangle in the sky. And sure enough, there it is. I just adjusted it just very, very slightly, and there's the triangle. Or at least, that's what it looks like. Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Christy noticed a beam in the sky. It's kind of hard to see. It was one of those moments that she noticed it quite clearly. It didn't turn out too well in the photograph, but I do see it. It's kind of almost an orange beam, and we've seen these before. They look like shadows in the sky, but this one, there is something different about it. I totally agree. It's almost a orange color, and I don't know why. Finish off the video, or this video here, with another double rainbow. Nobleton, Florida. This was sent in by Sweetleaf Mike. It's above the Ohio River, and it's of a spectacular shelf cloud that looks like it's following the Ohio River. Albuquerque, New Mexico. Photo sent in by Sal of a independent horizontal rainbow. It almost looks like it's part of some sort of a round craft that's setting up in the sky. That's rain that looks like it's coming down, but right there you see a rainbow just by itself that's horizontal. It's not arched up or down. This next series of photographs are from Australia, McLean, Australia. They were sent in by Steve. And he said this was a very rare moment. This was within the last couple of weeks. This storm collided with another storm, and it created some wind damage in the area. And he said it was very rare for them to see this type of activity. This is another shelf cloud, and they were moving from opposite directions towards each other. And you're going to see here after this next photo, it created some storm damage where it took the roof off of a building. It said it was highly unusual, and they don't normally see things like this. Again, photos sent in by Steve from McLean, Australia. And there's some of the damage that occurred from those storms that you just saw. Took the roof completely off of that structure right there. And again, they don't normally see things like that. Athens, Texas. Another roll cloud sent in by Kathy. Looks like it's almost ready to touch down on the ground. Look at how low that thing is. It's almost like you can reach up and touch it. Been a very photogenic year with regard to clouds in the sky. LaGrange, Georgia, sent in by Kimmy. Another photogenic cloud. Myrtle Beach, you can see a sharp line in the sky separating light from dark. More lines in the sky. These are some sort of sunbeams. From Alberta, sent in by Roy T. Another double rainbow. Edgewood, New Mexico, sent in by Universal Love and Enlightenment. George G. Spectacular. I don't know if this sunrise or sunset. Doesn't really matter. That's awesome. Jackson, Michigan. Heather noticed a dual sky. One side's blue, one side's pink. Michelle T. Big big halo around the sun with a line through it. Awesome photograph. More sky beams coming from the sunset from Paul out of Milwaukee. Kentwood, Michigan. Nicole. We've got a purple and pink sky, and then a more of a peach colored sky. Same location, same day, just a few hours apart. Houston, Texas. Jennifer. Ominous looking cloud. This is near the Houston area, and those rain shafts right there imply very, very heavy rain. And this is out of Canada, sent in by Jamie. Look at that, would you? Unbelievable. And again, talk about photogenic. Wow. Nova Scotia, sent in by Heather. Big towering supercell thunderstorm. Here again, we've seen some of these before. They're showing up again. Square clouds in the sky. Photo sent in by Michael of Kansas City. In fact, it looks like there might be 2, maybe 3. Big beam in the sky noticed by Veronica up near Tonopah, Nevada. Look at that. This last one here sent in by Peter from Sydney, Australia. Looks like windows or portals on the side of a massive ship in the sky. I mean, how does nature replicate something like that? And then a straight line underneath it that looks like the lower edge of some sort of a shelf cloud, a low riding shelf cloud at that. It's very low to the ground. And then you have what look like windows or portals. Just a very good observation by Peter from Sydney, Australia. Look at that. You can see clearly why he took the picture. I would have too. Yucca Valley, California, sent in by Michael. This is very interesting with regard to these triangles or squares up in the sky. I guess they would be more of a square or a diamond-shaped craft, some sort of an object. Maybe it's some sort of a weird reflection. Don't know. Never really seen anything quite like it. This is an absolutely beautiful, it's either a sunrise or a sunset from Haifa, Israel, sent in by Revital Thomas. Beautiful photograph. Thank you for sharing. Once again, that's from Israel. Orem, Utah, sent in by Laren C. Look at that big, round-looking disk cloud in the sky. Denver, Colorado, Mammatus clouds, sent in by John. Usually this is following a hailstorm or some sort of a thunderstorm. Here's another example. This was sent in today by Peter from Las Vegas. His vehicle is pointing to the northeast, and the sun, you can see, is just slightly to the left of northeast according to the compass in his car. And he noticed it as he was driving. That's why he stopped and took a picture of it. The sun looked just a little far northeast than it normally does. So another good observation, and more people are noticing the sun being in a different location at sunrise and sunset. Another photo here from Utah. Looks like a big triangle in the sky. Another double. I think this is a double, maybe a single. We can't quite see the double because of clouds, but the majority of them here lately have been doubles. Jennifer from Noonan, Georgia. Big orange sunset. Middlesboro, Kentucky. Dana sent in what looks like gravity waves in the sky. Palm Desert, California. Dave D sent in a picture of a solo cloud in the sky. It looks like a little ship just sitting there in the sky all by itself above his neighborhood. Here's a look at it from far away, and I zoom in, and it looks like a perfect saucer in the sky all by itself. Matthew from Bristol, United Kingdom. Notice some sort of a V-shaped craft in the sky. Here I've eliminated all of the light that was in the photograph. I didn't alter the photograph in any way other than the light. And I wanted to pull forward the object if I could, and that's the best I could do. And it did look like it was possibly some sort of a tubular or a V-shaped craft above Bristol, United Kingdom. And that photograph was sent in by Matthew. Received that today. This here's kind of strange. Bob sent this in of a storm, and it had a purple beam in the center of it. Look at that. I don't know if that's a rain shaft. It goes way up, and it's visible behind the pole, and it's visible behind the trees, so I don't think it's a camera anomaly. It goes up into the clouds, and it's a light purple. I've seen rain shafts before, but they didn't look light purple. And I haven't done anything to this photograph, so I don't know if it's some sort of unique lightning. What we got going on there? Santos City, Tom. Colorful clouds high up in the sky. Philippines, 10 crews. Some more mammatus clouds. Here, this is sent in by Patty of what looks like a donut up in the sky. Look at that. That's actually in the sky, all by itself. Gatesville, Texas, Brook. Some colorful clouds off in the distance. Not a rainbow, not a halo, just some colorful clouds. The sky you're looking at here, I photographed myself last year from right out here in Arizona. I ran across that photo today. I forgot I even had it. California, Lexi of a colorful collection of clouds up near the sun in the sky, high above California. Photograph here of some sort of a vertical beam underneath a triangle in the sky up near the sun. Double rainbow sent in here by Floyd G. Left side, and here's the right side of the double rainbow. Very vivid. Pompano Beach, Florida. This was sent in by Vernon, and he said this was a few hours after the rocket launch on August the 8th, a couple days ago, or 3 days ago. Phelan, California, sent in by Carl of a cloud that looks like some sort of a triangle. This one here, there's no mistaking. Casey noticed what looks like a nearly perfect square in the sky. Look at that. I mean, you can't make this stuff up. She's just driving down the road. Looked up in the clouds and see 4 90-degree angles in the sky. And the rest of the clouds look like perfectly normal clouds. And then you've got some sort of random square right in the middle of all the other clouds. Great observation. Finish up this slideshow here with an ominous-looking cloud noticed by Christina V. I think this was out of Tennessee. This was a very low-profile roll cloud or shelf cloud that looked like it was almost touching the ground. Good observation, guys. Keep them coming. This one here appears to be just an ordinary lightning strike along the Atlantic Ocean somewhere. I'm not exactly sure of the location. Jeannie sent this in. She actually sent me a few pictures from the Atlantic Ocean. But look how close this lightning came to these people. Look at that. Look at all those people. And then there's that lightning strike. And there's one that's even bigger. More people here, more lightning. This is actually a different photograph. Check out this last one that she sent. She shared with me about 5 or 6. Look at that. Unbelievable. Those people shouldn't have been out there. DeKalb, Illinois. Some sort of a high-profile shelf cloud, looked like a disc in the sky. Lakeland, Florida, sent in by Will. I don't know what this was, and neither did he. This is the original photo. All I did was adjust the color and lighting because it was a very colorful photograph, and there was something white in the photograph. Everything else was kind of a bluish pink, but there was something white that had a shape to it right there in the center of the photograph, and it looked like a ship of some sort. Lakeland, Florida, again, by Will. Another orange sky. They've seen some very colorful skies here recently. This was sent in by Rob from right out here in Phoenix, Arizona. In fact, I think this was yesterday's sunset. Look at that. Good observation, Rob. That was taken from the Ak-Chin. Kimmel Bay, United Kingdom, Darren. That was spectacular sunrise or sunset, Denver, Colorado. Mammatus clouds sent in by John. See a lot of those up in the Rocky Mountains. Plantation, Florida, Tony. Some big beams at either sunrise or sunset. Natasha K. sent in a couple of photographs here. One of the sun that looked like an oblong shape as it was setting in the western sky. And another picture here of some beautiful sunbeams coming up from the horizon. It was taken on August 10th. Photograph here was shared by Matthew from Massachusetts of the sun. Once again, this is from sunrise. I believe today, his compass pointing east in this direction. He said the roof line of the house is east, and you can see the sun is over here and to the northeast at about the 45-degree position. That's what we talked about a couple of days ago, and that's where it's still at, right around the 45-degree. Ridge Manor, Florida. Spectacular photo sent in by a friend, Jerry. DeKalb, Illinois again. And this one here, there's something up here at the top of this photograph. This is the original color as it was shared with me. This one I just kind of did a filter flip on it just to kind of get a better look at whatever this is up in the right-hand corner of this photograph. And still don't know what it is. That's a filter. That's the original. something really weird up here. Some sort of a, almost looks like a letter. I don't know, just kind of weird, something unusual. Ridge Manor, Florida. Again, our friend Jerry sent in what looks like a triangle in the sky. Those lights look very familiar, like they're on three corners of a triangle. Blackfield, Nebraska. Jenica, big double-decker rainbow. More sunbeams, Slovenia. Janez sent these in from Slovenia. Colorful cloud from California, sent in by Jamie. Been seeing a lot of these lately. Awesome photograph. JB from Florida. Colorful clouds around the moon. Santa Fe, New Mexico. Debbie noticed some ominous looking clouds from our neighbor over in New Mexico. Daytona, Peter noticed a very small rainbow as he was driving down the road. We're either seeing double deckers high up in the sky. Now we're starting to see very small ones. We saw one the other day from Florida in somebody's backyard that was tiny. This one here is actually very small itself as it goes from the highway over to the ditch. Look at that. Unbelievable. This is a photograph. It looks like to me it's from Oregon, sent in by Cindy. This looks familiar. It looks like the coast of Oregon. And you can see some people looking up in the sky at something here. Don't know exactly what that is, but it did seem to have some people's attention. Something right up there. Could be something as simple as a bird. Sometimes birds can trick us on these cameras. Not saying I know what that is. It's just another one of those that's just too good not to share. Like this one here from Bristol, United Kingdom. Some sort of a donut up in the sky. You can see a conventional airplane over here to the right. Not exactly sure what that is or this here, but it looks like a donut. That's why the gentleman took the picture. Look at that. New Jersey. Awesome photograph sent in by Brian of a storm cloud. This last photograph, the person wished to stay anonymous. The only cloud of its kind, or actually the only cloud in the sky, period, looks like an eyeball with eyelashes on it. How about that? Look at that. How weird is that? And that reminds me of, here I flipped it into a different filter, reminds me of surface tornadoes on the sun. Every once in a while, you'll see twisters on the surface of the sun. That's exactly what those remind me of. No kidding. But that's some sort of a rogue cloud out in the sky all by itself. And this person just happened to see it and take a picture of it.